ሰላም ጤና ይስጥልኝ። ይህ በየሳምንቱ እሁድ ከ1 እስከ 3 ሰዓት የሚተላለፍ የተስፋ ዝግጅት ፕሮግራም ነው። የተስፋ ፕሮግራም ዋና ዓላማ በኪንግ ካውንቲ አካባቢ ለምትገኙ ነዋሪዎች ስለ ኮቪድ መረጃዎችና ኢንፎርሜሽን መተላለፍ የተዘጋጀ ነው። ዛሬ በፕሮግራሙ የሚገኙ ራሴ አለማየሁ ባህታ ሲያትል ፐብሊክ ስኩልስ የምሰራ ነኝ። በተጨማሪ የተለያዩ እንግዶች ይኖሩናል። የመጀመሪያው እንግዳችን ፋም ትባላለች። ስለሷ በሰፊው በሚቀጥለው አስተላልፋለሁ። ከሷ ከመግባቷ በፊት ከመስማታችን በፊት የተለያዩ አፕዴቶች እናቀርባለን። አሁን ስለ ኮቪድ አፕዴት እናቀርባለን። አሁን ኮቪድ እንደምታውቁት በመጨረሻው ከ14 ቀን በፊት በጣም ወጥቷል። አሁን ቁጥሮቹ 400 ከ100,000 ህዝቦች 400 ሰው ይዞታል። አላማው ወይም የካውንቲው ጎል 25 ሰው ለ100,000 ነው። ሆስፒታል የሚገቡትም በጣም እየወጣ ነው። ቁጥሩ ከኤፕሪል የነበረው ቁጥር እኳያ አልፏል። እንደምታውቁት ያው ከአብሯችሁ የማይኖር ሰው ጋር አለመገናኘት ነው። ከውስጥ የሚደረጉ ስራዎችም መጠንቀቅ ያስፈልጋል። ማስካችን መልበስ፣ 6 ፊት ከሰው መራቅ፣ ኮቪድ ከያዘው ሰውም መራቅ እንደምታውቁ ይመከራል። የተለያዩ የቴስቲንግ ቦታዎችም ተጨምረዋል። ሁለት አዳዲስ ቴስቲንግ ሳይቶች ወይም መመርመሪያዎች ተከፍተዋል። የመጀመሪያው ኢነምክላ ውስጥ ነው። ሁለተኛው ደግሞ ቤልቪው ውስጥ ነው። ከዛም ውጭ በሲያትል አካባቢ ያሉት እንደተጠበቁ ናቸው። መመርመር ካለባችሁ ከዛ ሄዳችሁ በቀጠሮ ወይም በቀጥታ መመርመር ትችላላችሁ። ኮቪድ restriction ወይም በገቨርነር ጄ ኤንዝሊ ያሉትን ማስጠንቀቂያዎች እስከ ጃንዋሪ 4 ተራዝመዋል። እነዚህ ለምሳሌ ከምግብ ቤቶች ውስጥ መብላት ተከልክለዋል። ከሰው ጋርም ከቤት አብሯችሁ የማይኖር ሰው ጋር መገናኘት ተከልክለዋል። እንደዚህ የተመሳሰሉ restrictionዎች በባለፈው ሳምንት ከመሐሌት እንደሰማነው እስከ ጃንዋሪ 4 ተራዝመዋል። ይሄን ለማስታወስ ነው የምንናገረው። ሰላም ጤና ይስጥልኝ። ይህ በየሳምንቱ እሁድ ከ1 እስከ 3 ሰዓት የሚተላለፍ የተስፋ ዝግጅት ፕሮግራም ነው። የተስፋ ፕሮግራም ዋና ዓላማ በኪንግ ካውንቲ አካባቢ ለምትገኙ ነዋሪዎች ስለ ኮቪድ መረጃዎችና ኢንፎርሜሽን ለማስተላለፍ የተዘጋጀ ነው። የዛሬው ፕሮግራማችን እኔ በሆስትነት አስተናግዳለሁ። ስሜ አለማየሁ ባህታ ነው። ሲያትል ፐብሊክ ስኩልስ ነው የምሰራው። ከኛ ጋርም አብረው የተለያዩ እንግዶች አሉ። እነሱ ትንሽ ቆይተን በኋላ አስታውቃቸዋለሁ። ከነሱ ከመስማታችን በፊት ስለ ኮቪድ ትንሽ አፕዴት እንሰጣለን። ያው እንደሰማነው ባለፈው ሳምንት ቁጥሩ የኮቪድ በሽታ በጣም እየተስፋፋ ነው። 100,000 ሰው ያህል 400 ሰው ይዞታል። የካውንቲው እቅድ እና ዓላማ ከ100,000 ህዝብ መካከል 25 ሰው ብቻ እንዲይዘው ነው ዓላማው። ሆስፒታልም የሚቆዩትም ቁጥሮች በጣም እየተስፋፉ ነው። እንደምታውቁት ከቤታችሁ አለመውጣት ከሰው ጋርም አለመገናኘት ነው ዋናው ለዚህ መስፋፋት ማቆሚያው። መውጣትም ካለብን ያው ማስካችን ግሎቭ በተቻለ መጠን ከሰው መራቅም ምክር ይሰጣል። ሁለት አዳዲስ ምርመራ ቦታዎች ተከፍተዋል። የመጀመሪያው ምርመራ ቦታ ኢነምክላ ውስጥ አዲስ ተጀምሯል። ሁለተኛው ደግሞ በቤልቪው ተጀምሯል። ከነዚህ ውጭ በሲያትል ውስጥ አራት አካባቢዎች ምርመራ ሳይቶች አሉ። ምርመራ ካስፈለጋችሁ ከነሱ በዌብሳይት ገብቶ በአፖይንትመንት ወይም በቀጠሮ መግባት ይቻላል። አፖይንትመንትም ካልያዛችሁ ቀጥታ ወደ ቴስቲንግ ሳይቱ ምርመራው ቦታ ወጣችሁ መመርመር ይቻላል። የገቨርነር ጄ ኤንዝሊ ኮቪድ ሪስትሪክሽን እስከ ጃንዋሪ 4 ተራዝሟል። እነዚህ ሁለት ነገሮች በዚህ የሚያጠቃልሉ ወይም ውስጥ ያሉት ከምግብ ቤት ውስጥ መብላት እንደማይቻል፣ ሁለተኛው ደግሞ ከቤታችን ውስጥ የማይኖር ሰው ጋር መገናኘት እንደማይቻል እናሳውቃለን። ይሄ ሪስትሪክሽን እስከ ጃንዋሪ 4 ተራዝሟል። እንደተለመደውም የኳረንቲን ነገሩ እናሳውቃለን። ከሰው ጋር ኮቪድ ከያዘው ጋር ሰው ጋር ከተገናኛችሁ 14 ቀን ያህል የኳረንቲን ጊዜ እንድታደርጉ የፐብሊክ ሄልዝ ምክር ይሰጣል። 14 ቀን ካልተቻለ እስከ 10 ቀን ከዛ ሰው ጋር ከመገናኛታችሁ ጀምሮ ኳረንቲን እንድታደርጉ ይነገራል። ከዚህ ቀጥሎ ወደ ዋናው ፕሮግራማችን እንገባለን። ዛሬ ብዙ እንግዶች ይዘን መተናል። እኔም ማስተዋወቃት አንደኛው ናት። ከዛ ቀጥሎ ላን ፋም ትባላለች። እሷ ደግሞ ሌሎች እንግዶቻችንን ታስተዋውቀናለች። ላን ፋም በሲያትል አካባቢ 25 ዓመት ያህል የሂውመን ሰርቪስስ ስራ ትሰራ ነበር። አሁን ደግሞ በከንቲባው ወይም በሜየሩ ኦፊስ የቤት ውስጥ ሁከት ወይም ዶሜስቲክ ቫዮለንስ ኦፊስ ማኔጀር ናት። ከዚህ ውስጥ ብዙ የተለያዩ ፕሮግራሞችን ፐብሊክ ፖሊሲን የሚያጠቃልል ስራዎችን ትሰራለች። ላንን ደግሞ ከሷ ጋር አብረው እንዳልኩት ብዙ እንግዶች አሉ። ወደ ላን አስተላልፈውና ላን ደግሞ ወደ ሌሎች እንግዶቻችን በፓኔል መልክ ያነጋግሩናል ስለ ዶሜስቲክ ቫዮለንስ ርዕስ ይዘው። Lan, if you can now unmute yourself and please begin your presentation, greatly appreciate it. Let me know if you're having trouble and I can unmute you. Hello, Lan? Hello, Lan, can you hear me?
Maybe she's on mute.
Yeah, I think I've unmuted her. Hello, Lan? ይቅርታ ከኛ ጋር አብረው የሚቀርቡት እንግዶቻችን ስልካችን እስከምናስተካክል አንድ ደቂቃ ስጡን።
Can you?
Hello, Len?
Hello?
Hello, I think I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Does
Gotcha.
this sound okay with you?
Yep, perfect. Thank you.
Well, it is a pleasure to join you this afternoon. Thank you so much for this HESFA program, for inviting us to be a part of your call today to highlight the city's work and local resources to address domestic violence in Seattle King County. A little bit about our office is that the Mayor's Office on Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault partners with more than 30 organizations to address citywide ending gender-based violence work. Our network of community-based providers manage programming, which includes prevention, intervention, outreach and education, and victim support services. For today, I'm inviting my colleagues to share with you an overview of their work in addressing gender-based violence. So for this call, I'm inviting Farhia Mohammed from the Somali Task Force to share their work, mainly in programming to raise awareness to organize the community around anti-violence. I'm also inviting Carleen Pham and Tigis Nagash from the Refugee Women's Alliance to share their work in providing advocacy and partnership with the city to respond via the Peace and the Help hotline, and also to share with you other resources available to refugee and immigrant women. And then last but not least, I'm inviting Chris Anderson with the Seattle City Attorney's Office, who will provide an overview of his unit's work and key initiatives of the Seattle Attorney's Office to address violence and abuse. So with that, I'd like to invite Farhia to speak more about the Somali Family Task Force and their work in addressing gender-based violence.
Thank you. Len, sorry, one moment. Was the interpreter on the line with you?
No, I don't have the interpreter on the line with me. I think it was arranged, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he's on the line. Fakadu, if you can unmute yourself.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm ready now.
Okay.
Can I speak or?
1 second, sorry, we're just waiting on the interpreter to unmute.
Okay.
Thank you, Faria.
You're welcome.
Fakadu, if you're on the line to unmute, you can click 9441#. All right, Faria, can you can sorry to interrupt. You can just go ahead. I think the interpreter has not made his way here, and we'll catch up as he gets here.
Okay, I can start there. So. Okay. Hi and hello everybody. And my name is Farhia Mohammed, and founder and executive director Somali Family Safety Task Force. Thank you for inviting us. Really appreciate Lam and everybody, who my colleague Tigis, Carlin, and the others who I don't recognize their name in here. Thank you so much for this opportunity. So the Somali Family Safety Task Force, we started under the RIWA program. I used to work at Refugee Women's Alliance, RIWA, as a Somali DV advocate. Then we see a lot of the need for the Somali community to educational and intervention program. We started there longer time, but it didn't go well. And then 2010, the group, they come back, and then we start working with Rio again. We start engaging men. Then after that, 5 years ago, today is this year is our 5 years. So we started the Somali Family Task Force. So we get our 50331. We start programming for starting for intervention, prevention, but now we do so many programs. The Somali Family Safety Task Force, support of the Refugee Women's Alliance and the City of Seattle. We have more than 18 programs. We focus it to have for the domestic violence intervention, prevention, and all the victims. We refer Refugee Women's Alliance, or if they speak other language, or if they are not comfortable for their own language, we refer other partners. So we also started this year engaging men when we see there is the need, because we have so many victims, women and children. Then also when we asked a lot of the women, they said, oh, why you don't educate the husband about domestic violence? We really need our men to support, even if they divorce us. We need our youth to see to the father, especially boys, because so many of the Somali youth now, they are in the system. Even though some of them, the mothers, they can ask it to seal their the record, but sometimes when the kids go to the jail, and then the mothers, they don't want to go back and forth to ask interpreters all the time, different interpreters. There is not trained well interpreters also who can keep to the confidentiality. So that is why they take it to the families. They say, oh, my son, he did these things, take guilty, because that's his fault. So the kids, if the parents, they ask it to seal their record, oh, my child will do for community service hours, will get educational. So that's how we can do intervention. But so many of them, the parents, they will take, and when the kids, they think about, oh, already my record is messed up, I can do whatever I need. And then they married, also they start abusing their partners. So the domestic violence, even especially this time, we have high rate since the pandemic happened. When we ask it, why is these things, they said, oh, we are at home all together, husband, kids, mom, all of them, they home. So it starts abusing badly, because the husband, he doesn't want to help his wife or his kids. And then the mom said, okay, yeah, you are here. No. So that's how it's fighting. A lot of the domestic violence is going on community right now. We try our best to do intervention, prevention. So also that is engaging men. We started so many men now, they are getting education. We do that one to every first Sunday of the month. We do for the men the engaging. So they come 2 hours. We educate. We invite guest speakers. And then also the mothers, we have it. We call Tea Talk time, or mothers talk, because we don't want to call domestic violence support group, because it's really hard from East African communities to talk about domestic violence. So we call mothers talk. So they came second Saturday of the month. We have that support group, 1 to 3. So it's really great. Sometimes like we do for like also other support group who is like victims, they ask it. We can do that one like one-on-one mental health support. So we have a youth programs, 3 different youth programs. One is the boys on Mondays, one Tuesday, also 2 girls, age between 8 to 12 if those ones. 13 to 19 for the girls group. We do for Fridays because our girls, they ask it, that one. And then mostly our program is the community driven. What the community needs, we cannot create what we need because we ask it, we do focus group, and our community, what they ask it, we do. So the girls, when we did to the focus group, they said, oh, my brothers, they go out, they play basketball, soccer, and then when we come to the school, we cannot go anywhere, so we have to cook, clean, we have to stay home. So we don't know. And then the mothers, we tell them what is the girls' faces and then what they told us. So that one, then the mothers, they agree if we can do something, their girls. So every Friday we do 5 to 7 p.m. The girls, they come, they socialize, they talk, whatever they needed, we supported them. Also, we educate about the violence. Because of if you don't educate young girls early enough, they will take to abuse their parents. They use it. So there, we don't want to girls also to abuse. And then also we encourage to go higher educational. If you are a woman, if you have it, good education. If husband leave for you, you can get whatever you need by yourself. You can do, you can support your family. You are not going to suffer low income or sake of the husband support to stay that marriage. So we always educate our community what is the violence. We have a seniors program. We have it for like a computer educational because if they don't have it educational, if they don't know, everything now is on the Zoom. So these computer classes help them to the parents to get for them their kids right now to assist what they need because everything right now on the Zoom. If you don't know anything about this like a technology, you cannot succeed in this country. So the parents, I'm glad we started 3 years ago for like a computer classes. So now they benefit a lot during the pandemic. We also now get to some of the money to give them to the food, weekly food. They get it because the food bank, our communities, they don't eat the food bank. Food bank is not like some of them to not halal food. So we give them, all our victims, they need support. Not only like one support, but they need so many support. We also do to interpretation if they need support for mentally, everything we do. The Somali Family Task Force, it is like the hub in the new holy areas, so where is a lot of the low-income family live it. So we located that. Many people, they come there to ask it, or they call. Right now, everything we do online. We do also system navigation programs. For that system, like we work with the school and the parents, because the parents, they need to know also what's going to school. They still, some of them, they believe it to back home. Back home, when our parents, they enroll to the school, just like our teachers, they're our second parents. But in here, parents and teachers, they have to work. Many parents, when you ask it, why you don't go your children to school? Oh, the teachers, why they get paid for the, like our kids. So it's not here. We educate them. Every 6 weeks, we educate 10 parents. So, and then the youth, we educate also. The system, they have to know. So that's how is the task force. We work our partners for the Refugee Women's Alliance, the victims, we send them there, and then we just educate. So we do more educational outreach for our community. So I don't know how much time I have it, but we have it so many programs. And then nowadays we've seen a lot of youth like sex trafficking is going on in the community. We've been calling to the police, we educating them what is going on. We are telling them, even though it's like more South, Tequila, Kent, the youth we have it. Sial is in few only, but like more we have it, those problems, Kent and Tequila and Sitak. So we do so many things, so I don't know how much time I have it.
Yeah, so we're about at time. Thank you. I think that you provided a lot of the useful services and gave a pretty good overview.
Yes. So yes, we have it. Yes, so many language also. My staff, they speak Swahili, Arabic, and Spanish. So we have so many the language. At least we have 12 language staff speaking different. Is any question? Hello?
Hello. I think we're going to move to the next person on the panel.
So thank you so much, Fahia, for highlighting the amazing work of the Somali Family Task Force. At this time, I'd like to invite Carlin and Tagis from the Refugee Women's Alliance to talk about your work in providing advocacy and responding by the Peace in the Home helpline.
If you all are on the line, if you click 9441 pound, you can unmute yourself and we can have you present. And as a reminder, if you could keep the presentations to around 5 minutes, that would be helpful in keeping us to our time. Thank you. Again, 9441 pound.
And if Tagis and Carlin are not on the call, I can talk briefly about the Peace in the Help hotline. So we have been a partner with a number of organizations to provide 24/7 hotline, which connects survivors directly to an advocate, which speaks their language with just one call. And currently it's available in 14 different languages. Refugee Women's Alliance and specifically Tagis has been working with the Amharic-speaking community for a number of years. And so I really want to provide that hotline number for folks to share with friends and family who might be experiencing violence. The number is 1-888-847-7205. Again, it's 1-888-847-7205. And I can send out the flyer. I think that it was included in the PowerPoint that was sent out, and I don't know how you might want to disseminate it to folks who are on the call, but we have flyers and information that's available for the hotline if folks are interested. So perhaps if Carlin and Tagis join us later, they can have some time on the call. Next, I'd really like to introduce you to Chris Anderson, Director of the Domestic Violence Unit with the City Attorney's Office. So with that, Chris, would you like to share information about your office and current initiatives that you guys are working on to addressing gender-based violence?
Click 9441 pound. That will help you unmute yourself so that you can speak. And the number is 9441 pound. And then you may need to also click *6.
Hello, I'm interpreter for America speaking. I'm unmuted. Do you hear me, sir?
Yes, we have you.
Okay. I'm Ricardo. I'm here if anybody needs help.
All right. Thank you, Fakadu.
Thank you, okay.
So our next speaker, if you are on the line, please click 9441 pound and then *6. You'll be able to unmute yourself to provide information about what your office is working on. To kind of help us while we're getting some of the folks who are still on mute, off mute. Fakadu, if you are able, if you were on the line earlier, could you provide just a brief summary of what was said up to this point, if possible?
Yes, I was here almost from the beginning. አሁን የቀረበው በዶሜስቲክ ቫዮለንስ ቤት ውስጥ በሚቆዩት ቤተሰብ ላይ በአሁኑ ጊዜ ስፔሻሊ ከኮቪድ-19 የተነሳ ብዙ ሰዎች ስለሚሆኑ የዶሜስቲክ ቫዮለንስው በብዙ ቤተሰብ ውስጥ ተከስቶ ነበረ። ይህንም ደግሞ ለመፍታት ስፔሻሊ ሶማሊያን ኮሚኒቲ በሱ ላይ ብዙ እንደሰሩ ክሬዋ ያቀረበችው ሴት አቀርባለች እና በዚህ በዶሜስቲክ ቫዮለንስ ላይ ክሬዋ በጣም እየሰራ ስላለ በተለያዩ 14 ቋንቋዎች ደግሞ አገልግሎት ስለሚሰጡ አገልግሎቱን የሚፈልግ ቤተሰብ ከነሱ ጋር መገናኘት እንዳለባቸው ጠቅሳ ነበረች እና አገልግሎት ማግኘት እንደሚቻል በአማርኛ በሌላም በተለያዩ ቋንቋዎች ከሬዋ ማለት ሬፊጂ ውመንስ አላያንስ የሚባል እዚህ ሬነር ቪስ አካባቢ ያለው መስሪያ ቤት አላቸው እና በነሱ በኩል እርዳታ ማግኘት እንደምንችልና እንደዚሁም ደግሞ ለወጣቶች በተለያየ ቀናት ለሴቶችም ለወንዶችም የካውንስሊንግ ሰርቪስ ስለሚሰጡ የዛ አገልግሎት ተጠቃሚ መሆን እንደምንችል ነው የተናገረችው። ፕሮባብሊ ልጆቻችሁ ካውንስሊንግ የሚያስፈልጋቸው ከሆነ ለሴቶችም ለወንዶችም በተለያየ ቀን ሰርቪስ ስለሚሰጡ የዛ አገልግሎት መጠቀም እንደምትችሉ ገልጻለች እና ማንኛውንም ከፋሚሊ ጋር በተያያዘ ወይም ቤት ውስጥ በመፈጠረው አንዳንድ ግጭቶች ጋር የተያያዘ አገልግሎት ስለሚሰጡ ሬዋን ኮንታክት ማድረግ እንደምትችል ገልጻለች። አብዛኛው ሰማራይ ሲደረግ ይሄንን ይመስላል። ቴንክ ዩ።
Thank you, Fakadu. If our guest is on the line again, the way to unmute would be 9441 pound and then *6.
While we're waiting in to keep the conversation going, because I don't know how much time we have left, I think you probably have other folks on the agenda, so would hate to kind of waste this precious time. I actually have some questions for Hia, and Hia have been a partner with RERA for many years. So without Carlin and Tagis being on the call, just wondering if you can share more about the work of Refugee Women's Alliance and the advocacy work that you're familiar with, and also if you can address more of why it is important to engage men and boys and youth in the work to end gender-based violence.
Okay, yes. Refugee Women's Alliance, they do so many programs. I believe it, they have 22 languages, includes Amharic and Tigrinya. So, like Refugee Women's Alliance before, I used to work there too. So they serve refugee and immigrant women and their children. They have so many departments, but the department I used to work is the domestic violence. Still we partner. We are like one family. We want the Somali Family Safe Task Force. So they do so many different programs. They help for the legal issue for the victim of domestic violence, housing, support groups, mental health. That's what they do. And we partner since like I think 2018 up to now. So the task force started with them, but now still they supporting us. So we refer all the victims. They can help them. And then the reason I started to coaching boys and engaging men, because it's really important also to the girls group. It's really important to fathers to learn. Also young men who is getting married right now. So they have to learn about domestic violence in this country. It's no, because if you beat your wife and the kids they will see. So they follow the footsteps of the fathers. When the father and the mother, they fight in front of their kids, the kids, they do same things. And then the kids, they drop into the school. They go into the gang members. I don't know if you hear so many boys from the Somali community we lost. Especially a couple of months ago, 2 of the boys I was walking, their parents before, they got killed. One in Takwila, one just they found it under the freeway, his body. So, it's really hurting when you see for the kids, they growing with you, and then it's gone. They joining gang members, second day, it's gone. So we need to educate, to do intervention, prevention. That is why the task force is started. We keep telling them, if you divorce your wife or if you separate your kids, you are not divorced or you are not separate. Even if you have a visitation, visit them. Because some of them, they ask for visitation and then 2 or 3 weeks after that, they never came to see their kids. So they are not going to be involved with their kids' education. So these kids, they grow in here. When we bring them here, we brought them to save them. But right now, the kids, they are not safe anymore in here. They are in jail. If you go check to King County Jail for the youth, a lot of the Somali names it will pop up. So we really need, the parents, the fathers, to know, if you separate your wife, still your kids, you are not separating them. So help them to go to their schools. You have visitation rights, do. Also, if they are still together, mother and the fathers, not only mom her responsibility to go to the school, to take to the hospital, to do everything to the mom, and then you will go just give some money and then to go to sit where is the coffee places, standing up front of the Starbucks or standing up for the other ethnic stores to do to coffee. It's not good. So give your time to your kids, sometime at least 3 hours, 4 hours a week even. I'm not asking we are not asking one day. So I hire also Somali men to educate them who is big Somali, Swahili, Arabic, and Amharic. So he is big. All these men, if they come, he can help them. So they can be to group once a month. And then if they need one-on-one, we can do. I forgot about before, I didn't tell you, but my time I didn't know, not forgotten, but we have a mental health support group also, Islamic mental health, we have it. We base it on to do before to Corona, the mosque. We do to a men's group, women's group. So we really need more fathers' involvement to understand what is the system in here. And then also Refugee Women's Alliance, they help them to work. If you need to, there is the RIWA, they have it to the job. They will find the job and the housing. You really need to educate to the community. If you don't educate them, if you don't make your allies, it's really hard. We did the imam trainings. One time we had grant. So that when we were thinking about 10 people, but we ended up 17 people to educate, including 2 big imams in the community, well respected. So always they talking right now. One imam, he shared it out. He said, oh, I didn't know this one. When they came, I always interviewed to the husband. I never asked it to the woman what she needs. Just like someone else, I send it. Her family members, they ask it. We told them, no, both sides, you can talk to them separately. Even if you don't need to see only women by yourself, maybe ask it some other man who is your chaplain to come with you to sit, so interview, and then like make to acceptable. And the Imam, he started, second day he said, yes, I started these things, and then now, if the husband he is not listening, I support the woman, because so many Somali men, when it's like protection order, they will go to the court, they support the husband. But the Imam said, no, he's also sometimes speak with the Friday prayers. A lot of men, they came. So he speak, saying to like, okay, there is domestic violence, but you can do intervention program. I know many women, they have a lot of problems. So you guys, when you divorce your wife, you didn't divorce your kids. So that like we make our allies. If you don't make for the like leaders your allies, you cannot get your goal. So those imams, we supported them, and then they support us. Also, I sent them to like the imams training in Washington D.C. 4 days. They get to that training. They come back. They, now they know a couple of men who knows how to help to the woman. So that training, when we did to the imams training, the community, 7 men were involved. Those 7 men always they talk. They educate other parents, and the 10 women. So it's really good. Even like, so many women who was victim themselves is that training, they take it. When they say that one, oh, I didn't know to Imam, he is like humble. He is good to listening to us. But first time when we started, taboo, everybody, they said, oh, for here you change it. You Americanize. No, I'm not Americanized, but we have to talk what is the reality. And then like they understand first women's situation. Thanks to Norma Tanja, who did to that training, 10 weeks. Norma first the time she was like frustrated, but after that she see how the people, not win-win situation, they come together, they address into the problem. So it's really great when we do that kind of programs. The community, they listen, they learn more, and then they help for the victims. So it is like the refugee and immigrants, they need so many things. Even if they like a victim, if they go to Rio, we send them, they tell one thing. After 3 months, they tell you something else. Oh, why you don't tell me? I didn't trust you. So you have to build trust first also. Without the trust, the community, it's really hard. So that's why, like the city of Seattle, they understand what we need. Thank you, Lam. So to have us and then to support for our communities, to you guys there for us, because refugee and immigrants, if there's someone is speaking their language and then supporting in court, it's really great. But we short for the legal assistant. We don't have it, a lot of lawyers, especially this time when you refer to a client, it's really hard to get lawyers. We really need more legal services also. Thank you. If you guys have any other question, I'm still here.
Thank you. If we could summarize that in the interpretation, and then we'll jump to question and answers.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I continue? ልቀጥል?
Yes, please, Bahta.
ኦኬ አሁን የቀረበው ጥያቄ በተለይ በዚህ በአሜሪካ ሀገር ህግ ላይ ቤተሰብን እንዴት መያዝ እንዳለብህ ፍቺ ሲፈጸም ልጆችን እንዴት አንድል ማድረግ እንዳለብህ ህጉን በደንብ ማወቅ እንደሚያስፈልግ ነው የተናገረችው። ፍቺን ከፈጸም ከልጆቻችን ጋር ግን መፋታት እንደሌለብን ልጆቻችን እንዴት ማግኘት እንዳለብን ህጉን በደንብ ማወቅ አለብን። ቤተሰባችንም ድሮ ባወቅነው ባህል ሳይሆን አሁን አሜሪካ ሀገር ባለው ህግና ባህል መሰረት ማስተዳደር እንዳለብን የግድ ማወቅ አለብን። ህጉን ካለማወቃችን የተነሳ ብዙዎቹ ለስራ ተዳርገዋል። አሁን ካውንቲ እስር ቤት ውስጥ ተዱ አብዛኛው ያሉት የሶማሌና የአፍሪካን ወጣቶች ናቸው። ስለዚህ የዚህ ሀገርን ህግ በደንብ ማወቅ ያስፈልጋል የምለውን ነገር ነው አነሳቸው። ሌላው ደግሞ በእነሱ የሚሰጡት አገልግሎት ገና ለተጋቡ ወጣቶችም እንዴት አድርጎ በዚህ አገር ባህል ውስጥ መኖር እንዳለባቸው ስለ ፋሚሊ ዋይስ ስለ ዶሜስቲክ ቫዮለንስ ስልጠናና ትምህርት ስለሚሰጡ የዛኔም አገልግሎት ማግኘት እንደምንችል ከሬዋ ይህን አገልግሎት ማግኘት እንደሚቻልም ተናግራለች። እና ቅድም እንደተናገረችው በአያራት ቋንቋ አካባቢ ምክርና አስፈላጊውን ስለ ዶሜስቲክ ቫዮለንስ ስልጠና ስለሚሰጡ የዛ አገልግሎት ተጠቃሚ መሆን እንደምንችል ነው የተናገረችውና በሚያስፈልጋችሁ ነገር ሁሉ ከነሱ ጋር ኮንታክት አድርጋችሁ ስለ ቤተሰብ፣ ስለ ፍቺ፣ ስለ ልጆች አስተዳደግ፣ ስለ ዶሜስቲክ ቫዮለንስ እዚህ ሀገር ስላለው ፋሚሊ ግን ኢንፎርሜሽን ማግኘት እንደምንችል ነው ተናገረችና የዛ አገልግሎት ተጠቃሚ ሆኖ ብላለች። ቴንክ ዩ።
አሁን ደግሞ ጥያቄ ካለ ወደ ጥያቄና መልስ ለላንና ለፈሪያ ልናቀርብ እንችላለን። ከዛ ቀጥሎ ደግሞ ወደ አፕዴት ማስታወቂያዎች እንሄዳለን። ጥያቄ ካላችሁ ኮከብ 6 ተጭናችሁ አንሚዩት ሆናችሁ መጠየቅ ትችላላችሁ። ጥያቄ ካላችሁ ኮከብ 6 ተጭናችሁ መጠየቅ ትችላላችሁ ለላን ወይም ለፈሪያ የሚሆን ጥያቄ። ከዛ ቀጥሎ ወደ ተለያዩ አፕዴቶች እንሄዳለን። እሺ ሄሎ
ለኔ ነው ድል የተሰጠኝ? እሺ የኔ ጥያቄ ለፈሪሃ ነው እና ዶሜስቲክ ቫዮለንስም ሆነ የአእምሮ ህመም በብዙ የአፍሪካ ኮሚኒቲ እኛንም ጨምሮ ትንሽ ኮንፊደንሻሊቲ የሚጠይቅና ታማኝነትን የሚጠይቅ ነው። የካውንስለሩን ታማኝነትና የሶማሌ ኮሚኒቲ ይሄንን ችግር እንዴት ሊወጣው ቻለ? ምን ዘዴ ቢጠቀሙ ነው ሰው እምነት ጥሎ ጉዳይ በሚስጥር ይያዘልኛል ብሎ ወደ እነሱ መምጣት የጀመረው? እንደሚመስለኝ ከሆነ በእኛ ኮሚኒቲ የነሱ አይነት አገልግሎት ያለ አይመስለኝም። ትግስትም ስላልቀረበች ይኖር አይኖር ማወቅ አልተቻለምና በሶማሌ ኮሚኒቲ ግን እንዴት ይሄ ነገር እንዴት መስመር ሊይዝላቸው ቻለ? ህዝቡ ደፍሮ ሄዶ ችግር አለኝ ብሎ ለችግሩ መፍትሄ ለማግኘት። ቴንክ ዩ።
እኔ ልቀጥል ወይስ አንተ ትቀጥላለህ?
ወደ ፈሪያ
ወደ እንግሊዝኛ። ኦኬ just she asks about the confidentialities of especially those of mental illness and family problems, because in our culture mental illness and family problems should be kept confidential. So how do the Somali community keep this confidentiality to give service, or how the Somali people tells to you frankly the problem that they are with the families as well as with the problem of the mental health?
Okay. So the confidentiality always is important. Thank you for asking that question. Always, when the woman came, we have to sign it for the confidentiality form. Also, we have to educate, to tell them, like one thing only we cannot keep for the confidentiality. One, that person is like a suicidal or killing someone, or if it's the child abuse, that one we cannot keep confidentiality. But otherwise, we will keep confidentiality. I know our community is too small, is word of mouth. Any of like who work for the agencies, they have to keep confidentiality. So that's why they sign it. We sign it, consent form. So unless like the court asks it, we cannot even also reveal to the client whatever the information she shared. It is with us, with that advocate who is working with us. Like keep it. That's confidential. It's really important. Always that's confidential. But these three things we cannot keep, or if the court asks a subpoena. So that's what only we can, yes, the case share it. Otherwise, we cannot share it.
አሁን እንደመለሰችው ኮንፊደንሻሊቲ ይጠበቃል። ለዛም ደግሞ የምንፈርመው አግሪመንት ወይም ደግሞ ስምምነት አለን። ኮንፊደንሻሊ የማይጠበቁ በሶስት ነገሮች ናቸው። አንደኛ ፍርድ ቤት ያን ነገር የሚፈልግ ከሆነ ኮንፊደንሻል አይሆንም። ሁለተኛ ሱሳይድ ወይም ደግሞ ራሱን ለመግደል በመሞከሩ ላይ ኮንፊደንሻሊቲ አይኖረውም። ሶስተኛ ደግሞ ቻይልድ አቡዝ ህጻናትን በሚመለከት ነገሮች ላይ ኮንፊደንሻሊቲ አይኖርም። ከዛ ውጪ ግን ኮንፊደንሻሊቲው ይጠበቃል። ያ ካውንስሊንግ ከመጽሐፋችን በፊት አግሪመንት ወይም ደግሞ ስምምነት እንፈርማለን ነው የምትለው።
እሺ እግዚአብሔር ይስጥልኝ።
እሺ እናመሰግናለን። ወደሚቀጥለው ጥያቄ እንሄዳለን። ሄሎ
Yes.
ጥያቄ አሉት? ሄሎ ጥያቄ ካሉት ይጠይቁ። አሁን መስመሩ ክፍት አድርገነዋል። ጥያቄ ላይኖረው ይችላል። ምንም ችግር የለም። ሌሎች ጥያቄ ካላችሁ ተወሰነ ሰከንድ አሁን እንሰጣለን። ከደለ እንግዶቻችን ኦኬ አሁን አንድ መጥቷል። ሄሎ ተነስተን
Salam.
Yes.
Hello.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
So I don't. Hello.
Yes.
Isamba.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't think መጀመሪያው ጥያቄ አልተመለሰም. I think ዋናው ነገሩ እንዴት ነው ለዚህ የደረሱት like ሲስተሙ እንዴት ነው ሰደፕ ያደረጉት ለህዝቡ ለመጠየቅ ስምምነት እና you know how do they trust community. So if she can touch more on that, it would be nice to know how do they get their community to trust them to come in, you know, to speak on their issues. Does that make sense?
So, yes, yeah.
Yes.
So, did you get the question, Faria? I think the question is more so, how did the community start to believe in that system? You know, I think that's kind of the question that the folks are wondering is, how can the Ethiopian community try to establish that trust to even go to to have that conversation around, you know, these difficult topics?
Okay. Yes. Oh, thank you for asking that question. It's a good question. So it is like, you know, to advocates first, they have training. Our advocates, all of them, they get to domestic violence, sexual assault, human trafficking trainings. Every time we train them, that is confidentiality. So they cannot say outside. Also, when we see our clients outside, we just like if they say hi, but we cannot even discuss. Like even our own family, we cannot discuss. That's confidentiality. Both of us advocates will sign, and then client will sign. So we have to build trust, and then we have to keep confidentiality. As I mentioned it, only when we cannot keep confidentiality, when we see the client said, oh, I'm killing myself, or I will kill someone, or if there's child abuse. And the other fourth one usually is not happen, but if the court to ask it to advocate to subpoena, that's what is like we can also share with the court. But otherwise, everything is confidentiality, her name, her file, everything we cannot see. We always build good trust, our clients, and then our advocates, they know what they do, and then that is confidentiality. Always is confidentiality. You have to keep it. Your client, they trust you, and then you have to keep our files also after work. We lock, nobody can see, so it's very confidential. Even we will tell them, don't share anything your information. If someone has friends, sometimes they tell them, they call, oh, I don't know that person. And oh yes, I was with her that time. We cannot share with you because we don't want, yes, I know, like especially Somali community, word of mouth, everybody knows everybody. So, oh, so-and-so, her husband is fighting. Then, I cannot share with that because I don't want, yes, lose my job or advocate, they can lose, yes. Anybody who is referred to talk about to clients, their staff, they will lose their job. They cannot tell anybody. Even that's why they don't go for the court hearing the second day. They will take to get protection order, but they are not going because there's interpreters. Those for them. Also, they cannot share to the client they interpreter for them. Always court has the people who have domestic violence training, mental health, all that. So we cannot share anybody there and whatever they trust us. When they come, we cannot share anybody.
Can you talk a little bit more about how you guys started? Because I know you said that you used to work at REWA and that you saw that there was a need, the community needed more services, and then how did you guys get started as far as the need from the community, the trust that the community put on you to be able to give these services, and how did that process go, and then what support do you guys get from not just community, but from outside institutions, and then to elevate the work? I think that might help to explain how
what
the
you
community
said
trusted.
What? So
you said you partner with the city of Seattle and stuff, right?
Yes. With the REWA.
So those partnerships help to build trust, So if you could explain to the audience how you got to this point.
Okay, how I get this point first, and we are first arrival in the Somali community for the Seattle. Yeah. So then I was working to the Refugee Women's Alliance. I live inside the community, South Seattle. So, I know what the community needs. I was working with the project with the REWA, how we started. That project came from the Somali community, to city of Takwila. Then when that project will finish, the community, they ask it if they continue because they get a lot of education. And then, to refugee and immigrant, when they arrive in this country, mostly the back home, there's no DV. There's no child abuse. Like domestic violence, we don't have it any word to describe, just we make it our own word. But back home, there is no child protective services. So there's the domestic violence existed that. So we see a lot of our families, they getting divorced, separational. So that is why when we see that when we started, even especially to some the community leaders, they ask us if they can have it their own support. Because we cannot only do through domestic violence, the women, that's why I was telling you, we do for the engaging men, coaching boys, girls. So we have to working with the imams, community leaders. So that's why the community, they seen our work and then they believe it. Some leaders, there's domestic violence exists, but some people, they don't believe it. Because if I always said, if you don't believe domestic violence, it's not domestic violence, we don't have, why is our divorce is really high? So they realize it, who understand that one. And then the reason I want to start task force, when I finished my school, I don't want, to work someone else. Also, I want to give back my community because they support me before. I did the research. When I was doing my grad school, I did research. The women, they said, okay, yes. When I left my husband, I don't have education, and then I left, so I don't have good job. How I can do? And then I asked a couple of things. What is 5 things they really need to start to help them? They said, oh, all the researchers, when they come, they cannot come back. I told them, I am not outside. I am not foreigner. I am in the community. So whatever the findings I found, what I could do, I can help you. So the women, I start training for the sewing class, computer class, cooking class, a small business set up for so many Somalis. They have now child care. You see, I don't know if you are in the community this area. So the like mostly women, like I think we have it more than 700 child care providers in the community. Who is the woman who is leading this work? So the community, when they trust you and then you trust them, you can support them. You can be there. I'm not like work only 8 hours. I work sometimes 14 hours a day. Even now, I'm executive director. I am delivering for the food for our seniors, our single mothers who is not driving. So, they trust you when you are there for them. But when you say, I work 8 hours, this is not my time. So I work. Right now, when I'm at this conference, 3 women, they called me. But I cannot answer their phone. I know something is going on. Oh, my child is missing, my child did this, or I have this problem. So, when you're there, and then you can do need assessment. Build trust your community. You can help them. I'm not only doing to Somali. A lot of East African, West African women, they are coming to us. If I said, I can refer you this agent, why are you not helping me? So, I don't have enough staff. I keep telling them, no, now, 7 staff, 2 more will come to January. So we are growing also. We start as a volunteer, this program. I used to work to other full-time place. Then last year I became to full-time, July. So, we help them. All of them to I know who graduate, who went to school. I will say, why you don't give feedback? Why you don't give for your community? Give back. So that is why all my, board members or others, we support each other. We help our community, confidential. Any volunteer, when they come, we do to training. I do myself to train them. Even I don't trust someone else to train them. So how is yes, you can build community.
So I just had one last question I don't want to take up.
Okay.
I don't want to take up too much time, but with your organization, have you seen an uptick of Ethiopians coming to receive services? If not, do you have advice or as far as partner organizations where Ethiopians can go and get services that there are Ethiopians who work there to better serve them? And it may not be directly toward this direction. This question might be to you, it might be to other panelists, but you guys can explain more on that.
Can we?
I don't know.
Just pause 1 second. If Fakadu, if you can interpret some of this, just.
Okay.
Sorry, Alemayehu.
Okay. I give interpretation. መጀመሪያ ላይ ልጁ ያቀረበው ወይም የቀረበው ጥያቄ መጀመሪያ በቀረበውን ጥያቄ ላይ እንዲሁም ለመጨመር ያህል ነው። ህብረተሰቡ እንዴት አምኖ ለእናንተ ምስጢራዊ የሆኑ ጥያቄዎችን ያቀርባል የሚል ነገር ነው ያቀረበ። ለምሳሌ የቤተሰብን ኬዝ እንደዚህም ደግሞ የአብሮን ነገር በተመለከተ በምስጢር ስለሚያዝ እንዴት አምኖ ይሄንን ነገር ለእናንተ ያቀርባል የሚል ጥያቄ ነው ያቀረበና እሷ የመለሰችው እኛ የምንውለው ህብረተሰብ ውስጥ ነው። ህብረተሰብን ስለምናገለግል ከህብረተሰብ ጋር ጥሩ ግንኙነት ስላለን ችግሮቻቸውን ለኛ ይናገራሉ እና ታማኝነትን በህብረተሰብ ውስጥ ፈጥረናል ከህብረተሰብ ጋር ባለን ግንኙነት የተነሳ የሚለውን ነገር ነው የመለሰችለት። አሁንም አገልግሎታችን ህብረተሰቦችን መርዳት ነው፣ ህብረተሰቡን መርዳት ነው፣ ሶማሌን ህብረተሰብ መርዳት ነው። ለምሳሌ ሲንግል ማም ወይም ደግሞ ልጆችን ለብቻቸው የሚያሳድጉት እናቶችን ምግብን በማቅረብ ቀርበን በሚያስፈልጋቸው ነገር በመርዳት በህብረተሰቡ ውስጥ ታማኝነትን ስላገኘን የህብረተሰቡ አገልጋይ መሆናችን ህብረተሰቡ ስላወቀ የሚደርስባቸውን ችግሮች ሁሉ ለኛ ይናገራሉ። ከዚህም የተነሳ አገልግሎታችን ውጤታማ ነው የሚለውን ነው የመለሰችው እና መጀመሪያ ካለው ጋራ በጣም ተቃራቢ ነው። ኮንፊደንሻሊቲውንም ደግሞ መዝገበ ያያዛችን ዶክመንታችን በጣም የተጠበቀ ነው። በምንገባው አግሪመንት መሰረት ለማንም ሰው ለስታፍም ሳንናገር ያለውን ኮንፊደንሻሊቲ ጠብቀን ነው የምናኖረው እና ኮንፊደንሻሊቲ በኩል በእኛ በኩልም ችግር የለም። ህብረተሰቡም ደግሞ ኮንፊደንሻል የሆኑ ነገሮች ወይም ደግሞ ምስጢራዊ የሆኑ ነገሮችን እኛን አምኖ ለኛ ይናገራል። እኛም ደግሞ በተፈራረምነውና በደረስንበት ስምምነት መሰረት ያለው ምስጥራዊ ነገሮችን እንይዛለን ለማንም አንናገርም ከዚህም የተነሳ በብዙ ዘንድ ታማኝነትን አግኝተናል የምለውን ነገር ነው ያቀረበችው ሰማራዊ ሲደረግ ይሄንን ይመስላል
Faria, if you wanted to answer respond to that question I think around if you've seen an uptick in Ethiopians coming to receive services and if you have advice on where they can go to receive those services.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, so Ethiopian community and Eritrean community also, like Tigist Nagash, who is work with the Refugee Women's Alliance. I don't know what happened. She's supposed to be here, but she speaks Amharic and Tigrinya. So they go to Refugee Women's Alliance. Even if they came to us, we can support them too. As a Somali family advocate, we have it, but like they speak Amharic and also not Tigrinya, I don't have it, but Arabic, and then yes, we can support them. They can go also Ethiopian community, which is like the Rainier Avenue, so we can call also to help us. But if they come as domestic violence, we refer to RIWA. If they say we don't need, we can assist them. Any woman, it's not Ethiopian, Somalis, anybody who came, who needs our services, we are there for them to support, to help them, because that's our duty to, yes, or to make sure everybody gets to services they need it.
Okay, ኪንም ሰማራ ላድርግና የሶማሌ ኮሚኒቲ እንደዚህ የተሰራ ካለ ለኢትዮጵያ ኮሚኒቲስ ምን አለ ምን ኢንፎርሜሽን የለንም የሚል ነው ያቀረበው ጥያቄ እሷ ደግሞ በሬዋ ውስጥ በኢትዮጵያ ኮሚኒቲና በኤርትራ ኮሚኒቲ ላይ የምሰራ ሰው አለ ኢንፎርሜሽን ካላገኛችሁ ለኢትዮጵያ ኮሚኒቲም ቀርቶ ለኢስት አፍሪካ ኮሚኒቲ ሁሉ ስለምንሰጥ ይሄንን አገልግሎት ማግኘት ይችላልላችሁ ከሬዋ ብላለች because ኢትዮጵያና ኤርትራ ኮሚኒቲን ወክላ እዛ ያለ ሰው አለ ዛሬ እዚህ አልተገኙም እንጂ እና ለሁሉም ኮሚኒቲ ይሄንን አገልግሎት እንሰጣለን የሚል መልስ ነው ሰጠችው
ወደሚቀጥለው ጥያቄ ባጭሩ እንመለስና ወደ አፕዴቶች እንሄዳለን
Hello
ጥያቄ አለው
Hello አዎ አለኝ
እሺ ይጠይቁ
ይሰማል ኦኬ ቬሪ ስትልኝ እስካሁን እንትኑ እየተከታተልኩት ነበር ግን ይሄ ፕሮግራም የተዘጋጀው አማርኛ ማንኛውኛ ለማይሰሙ አማርኛ ለሚናገሩ ሰዎች ነው እንደማዳምጠው ከሆነ እንደተረዳሁት እኔ ዶሜስቲክ ቫዮለንስ ማለት ምን ማለት ነው የሚለው ትርጉሙ አልተገለጸም በመጀመሪያ ደረጃ በሁለተኛ ደረጃ ደግሞ ዶሜስቲክ ቫዮለንስ በድርጊት በንግግር በመሳሰሉት እንዴት ይገለጻል ይሄን ለህብረተሰቡ በትክክል ይደረሳል መሰለኝ እኔ ሳዳምጥ ሶማሌ ኮሚኒቲ የመጣቸዋንም በዚህ ጉዳይ ላይ ያለቸዋንም አለቃዋንም ያዳምጥ ነበር እኔ ተረድቻለሁ ግን እንግሊዘኛ ለማይሰማ ሰው እንዴት ነው ይሄን ትርጉሙን ሳቀው እንዴት አድርጎ ይሄን መረዳት ይችላል ስለዚህ በዚህ ጉዳይ ላይ ኢንተርፕሬተሩ በትክክል ዶሜስቲክ ቫዮለንስ ይሄ ነው ዶሜስቲክ ቫዮለንስ ማለት እንደዚህ ስለሆነ በንግግር እንደዚህ ይገለጻል በድርጊት እንደዚህ ይገለጻል ስለዚህ ህብረተሰቡ ደግሞ በየደረጃው ብዙ ነገር አንስታ ነው አሁን እስኪ ደረጃ ማንስታ ያነሳችው ነገር አለ እንዴት አድርጎ ሊደበቅ እንደሚችል ስለዚህ ይሄንን ነገር እንደው ማብራሪያ በሰጡበት መልካም ነው የሚል ሐሳብ አለኝ ጊዜ ውስጥልኝ
ወደ እንትን አሁን ይሄን ጥያቄ ለመመለስ ወይም ፋሪያ በቀጥታ ጠይቀን ቢተረጎም እንደዚህ ማድረግ እንችላለን ወይም ፈቃዱ በአስተርጓሚነት በተቻለ መጠን ቃሉን ዶሜስቲክ ቫዮለንስ መተርጎም ከቻልክ እንደዛ ማድረግ እንችላለን
ኦኬ እንግዲህ በተረዳው መጠን ለመተርጎም የሞከርኩ መሰለኝ ግን እስቲ እንደገና በመካከል የተቋረጠብኝ ነበርና መጀመሪያ አካባቢ ላይ ትንሽ ዶሜስቲክ ቫዮሌንስ ምን እንደሆነ ትንሽ ትናገርና ከዛ በኋላ ደግሞ እኔ ተረጉማለሁ። መጀመሪያ ላይ የተቋረጠብኝ ነበረ። just ወርዱን ብቻ so can you just explain what domestic violence means a little bit? Let me make it clear for the community.
Okay, so you said what is the domestic violence means, right?
Yeah, because I was missed at the beginning because of some technical problems. Just what it means in verbal and activities, just explain that so I make clear for the communities.
Okay, domestic violence means it is like, okay, when is the husband and wife or maybe some partners or anybody, like they fight, especially partners. So, like, okay, when is the husband beating his wife, or he is verbally abusing to her, or economically abuse, sexual abuse, what is the domestic violence?
Okay, yeah. እንግዲህ አሁን እንደሰማችሁት ለምሳሌ ባልና ሚስት መካከል ጭቅጭቅ ሲኖር ወይም ደግሞ ቤተሰብ መካከል አለመግባባት ሲፈጠር ባል ሚስቱን ሲመታ ወይም ደግሞ ልጆቹን ሲመታ ወይ ኢኮኖሚካሊ የሆነ ፋሚሊው ላይ ችግር ሲፈጠር ወይም ደግሞ በግንኙነት ላይ በማይገባ ነገር ወይም ደግሞ የማይገባ ግንኙነትን ላይ ችግር ከፈጠረ ያ ዶሜስቲክ ቫዮሌንስ ይባላል። ዶሜስቲክ ቫዮሌንስ ቅድም ለመግለጽ እንደፈለኩኝ በፋሚሊ መካከል ወይም ደግሞ በቤተሰብ መካከል ሊፈጠር የሚችለው ጭቅጭቅ የቃላትም ሊሆን ይችላል፣ የድርጊትም ሊሆን ይችላል። ቤተሰቡ ሰላም እንዳይኖር የሚያደርገው ነገር ዶሜስቲክ ቫዮሌንስ ይባላል። በአጠቃላይ ኢኮኖሚካሊ፣ ቨርባሊ፣ በኢኮኖሚም ወይም ደግሞ በገንዘብ አቅርበም ወይም ደግሞ በድርጊት በመምታትም በቃላት በመሳደብም ልኩን ያለው ነገር ዶሜስቲክ ቫዮሌንስ ይባላል ብላ ነው ገለጸችው። ወይም በፋሚሊ መካከል የሚፈጠረው ጭቅጭቅን የሚፈጥር ማንኛውም ነገር ዶሜስቲክ ቫዮሌንስ ነው የሚባለው ብላ ነው የተናገረችውና I think this more clear ያደርገዋል ብዬ አስባለሁ።
Also, yes, one is the control into other ones, like, okay, power and control. So, like, we cannot show you, but there is the will is like the power and control will. Like, it's not only sometimes the husband, he is not beating to the wife, but he is like, verbally controlling. Where you coming? Where are you going? What you doing? Why you wearing this clothes? So, that is what is the, like, yes, the domestic violence. So it's not only like, one of the another one abusing. Every second, like, a woman they get abused. Sometimes it's weird. 99% or yes, I see women who abuse the men is like less 1%. But the mostly who is like, yes, abuse is like the woman.
Okay, አሁን የጨመረች ያለችው ለምሳሌ የበላይነትን ወንድ በባህላችን ላይ የበላይነት የማሳየት እንትን አለ። ያ ቤት ውስጥ ከተፈጠረ የት ዋልሽ፣ የት ቆየሽ፣ ምን ሰራሽ ነው፣ ምን እያደረግሽ ነው ብሎ ተጽዕኖን የሚያሳድርባት ከሆነ በሴቷ ላይ በሴቷ መብት ላይ ነፃነትን የሚያሳጣት ከሆነ ያም አንዱ የዶሜስቲክ ቫዮሌንስ ትርጉም ነው የምትለው።
እናመሰግናለን። አሁን በጊዜያችን ሰዓቱን እያየን ስለሆነ አሁን ወደ አፕዴቶች እንቀጥላለን። አሁን አንድ አፕዴት የምገባው ወደ actually በመጀመሪያው እንግዶቻችን ለመጡት ለማን እና ለፈሪያ ለፈቃዱም እናመሰግናለን። Lan and Faria, thank you so much for joining us on the program. Really appreciate it. We're going to jump over to the last part of our program here, which is just going to be to go over updates. So feel free to stick around if there are questions at the end, or I think it's fine for you to jump off at this point.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having us.
Much. Oh, yeah, for having us too. So, yeah, I really appreciate it, my community. Thank you, Lan. So, all of you guys, Thank you so much. Yes, like maybe I can speak there or leave. So, Ram is leaving okay or?
Yeah, totally fine. Thank you so much for thank you so much for sharing your experience.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Yep.
Any questions? So yes, like, and you guys can email us, visit our website, call us. So yeah, it's right there, all our information. Thank you. Okay.
ኢንፎርሜሽናቸው በሚቀጥለው ቴክስት ከፕሮግራሙ እንዳለቀ እንደተለመደው እሱ እናስቀምጣለን አብረን ጨምረን እንከታለን አንድ አፕዴት የረሳሁት በመጀመሪያው ላይ ስለ ቫክሲኑ ስለ ክትባቱ ነው ስለ ኮቪድ ክትባት የኮቪድ ክትባት ወደ ዋሽንግተን ገብቷል ከማክሰኞ ጀምሮ ለተለያዩ ሰዎች እየተሰጠ ቆይቷል ይህ አሁን ፌዝ 1 ላይ ነው ወይም የመጀመሪያ ደረጃ ላይ ነው ክትባቱ ያለው ክትባቱ የሚሰጠው ለተለያዩ ሰዎች ነው በመጀመሪያው ደረጃ የመጀመሪያው ሰው ወይም ግሩፕ የሚሰጡት ህክምና የሚሰሩ እና ለበሽታ ታላቅ ተጋላጭነት ያላቸው ለምሳሌ እድሜያቸው ተለቅ ያለ ወይም የተለያየ በሽታ ያላቸውና ሄልዝ ኬር ወይም ህክምና ውስጥ የሚሰሩ ሁለተኛው ግሩፕ ደግሞ እንደዚሁ በህክምና ዓለም ወይም በፖሊስ ፋየር ፋይተር በተለያዩ ፈርስት ሪስፖንደርስ የሚባሉት ግሩፖች ይሰጣል ሶስተኛው ግሩፕ ደግሞ በመጀመሪያው ደረጃ ለነርሲንግ ሆም ለሚኖሩትና ለሚሰሩት ውስጥ ነው እድሜያቸው ከ65 በላይ ለሆነ እና ለበሽታው ታላቅ ተጋላጭነት ያላቸው ነው የሚሆነው በዚህ የበለጠ ኢንፎርሜሽን ለማወቅ ከፈለጋችሁ ዌብሳይቱ ገብታችሁ ማየት ትችላላችሁ በየትኛው ግሩፕ እንደምትሆኑ ወይም ደረጃው ላይ የት ላይ እንደደረስነ ሊያሳውቅ ይችላል የሚቀጥለው አፕዴት ደግሞ የምንገባው ስለ ሄልዝ ኢንሹራንስ ነው ሄልዝ ኢንሹራንስ መመዝገቢያው ጊዜው ክፍት ነው እስከ ጃንዋሪ 15 ይህ መመዝገብ ትችላላችሁ ይህ ኢንሹራንሱ ያው በኦባማ ኬር ሜቢ ልታውቁ ትችላላችሁ ስሙን ነገ ዲሴምበር 21 ኢቨንት አለ ሾው ዋልተር ሚድል ስኩል 4628 ሳውት 144 ተኩላ ነው ከሱ ሄዳችሁ መመዝገብ ከፈለጋችሁ እርዳታ የሚሰጡ ሰዎች አሉ again show walter middle school 4628 south 144 ወይም 144 ተኩላ ነው ከሱ ሄዳችሁ መመዝገብ ትችላላችሁ ወይም በዌብሳይት ገብታችሁም ልትመዘገቡ ትችላላችሁ again ይሄ የኦባማ ኬር ወይም የኢንሹራንስ ኦፕን ኢንሮልመንት የሚባል ጊዜ ነው I think አንዴ በአመት ነው የሚከፈተው እና ይሄን ጊዜ ገብታችሁ መመዝገብ ካለባችሁ እንድትጠቀሙ እናሳውቃለን ሁለተኛው አፕዴት ደግሞ ስለ ሲያትል ፐብሊክ ስኩልስ ተማሪ ካላችሁ ሲያትል ፐብሊክ ስኩልስ እንደሚታወቀው ለሁለት ሳምንት አሁን ለክሪስማስ ብሬክ ወይም ዊንተር ብሬክ ይዘጋል ነገር ግን ልጆቻችሁ የላፕቶፕ ወይም የቴክኖሎጂ እርዳታ ካስፈልጋቸው ሰኞ እስከ ሮብ ከ8 ተኩል እስከ 4:40 ኦፊሱ ክፍት ነው ደውላችሁ በስልክ ቁጥር 206-252-0110 ደውላችሁ ስለ ቴክኖሎጂው መጠየቅ ትችላላችሁ ለምሳሌ ኮምፒውተር ፕሮግራሙ ካልተከፈተ ወይም ላፕቶፑ ካልሰራ ወይም የዋይፋይ የተሰጣቸውን ዲቫይስ ካልሰራ በዚህ ቁጥር ደውላችሁ ሰፖርት ወይም እርዳታ ማግኘት ትችላላችሁ ይሄ ለሲያትል ፐብሊክ ስኩልስ ተማሪዎች ነው ሶስተኛው ማሳወቂያ ደግሞ ስለ ዩናይትድ ዌይ ሃውሲንግ ሰፖርት ለኮሌጅ ተማሪ ነው። ዩናይትድ ዌይ ለኮሌጅ ተማሪዎች 6 ክሬዲት ለተመዘገቡ በላይ የቤት እርዳታ ክፍያ ይሰጣል። ለምሳሌ 1 ወር የቤት ኪራይ ወይም ሞርጌጅ ካልከፈሉ ወይም ከዚህ የበለጠ ያልከፈሉ ከሆነ እና ከተወሰኑ ትምህርት ቤቶች ስም ልጠቅስላችሁ ነው። Bellevue College, Cascadia College, UW-Bothell, Shoreline College, Green River College, Highline College, North Seattle College, and Renton Technical College. ከነዚህ አንዱ ከተማሪ ከሆኑ ከ6 ክሬዲት በላይ ተመዝግበው ከሆኑ የቤት ኪራይ እርዳታ ሊያገኙ ይችላሉ። ፎርሙን ከሞሉ ከ3 እስከ 5 ቀን በላይ አይወስድም መልስ ለማግኘት እና በጣም ጠቃሚ የሆነ ፕሮግራም ነው። ሞር ኢንፎርሜሽን የበለጠ ኢንፎርሜሽን ከፈለጋችሁ ስልክ ቁጥሩ ያው በቴክስቱ እናስተላልፋለን ግን እዚህ ጋር ከፈለጉት 253-254-5261 የበለጠ ኢንፎርሜሽን ታገኙ ትችላላችሁ እና አሁንም ስሙ ዩናይትድ ዌይ ሃውሲንግ ሰፖርት ይባላል። ኦኬ አሁን የፕሮግራማችን መጨረሻ ላይ ደርሰናል። ሌሎች ካሉ በላይኑ አፕዴት የሚሰጡ ካሉ አሁን ልከፍትላችሁ እችላለሁ ካልሆነ ወደ ጥያቄና መልስ ልንገባ እንችላለን። አፕዴት የሚያቀርብ ሌላ ሰው አለ? አሁን ወደ ጥያቄና መልስ እንገባለን። ጥያቄ ኮከብ 6 ነክተው ጥያቄ ሊጠይቁ ይችላሉ። አሁን አንድ ጥያቄ አለ። ጤና ይስጥልን። ሄሎ
hello ይሰማል?
ይሰማል።
እሺ thank you Alemayehu እንትን አሁን ሊስት ስታረግ ወደ የተለያየ ኮሌጆች የሚሄዱ ልጆች ካሉ ለነሱ rent assistance ወይም ደግሞ የኪራይ እርዳታ ይኖራል ብለህ ነበርና አንደኛውን ዩዳብ ባትል ብለህ ነበር። ሌሎቹ የዩዳብ ሲያትል እና የዩዳብ ተኮማ አይቻልም ወይስ just only ዩዳብ ባትል ብቻ ነው?
ጥሩ ጥያቄ ነው። እንትን ፎርሙ እስካየው ድረስ ዩዳብ ባትል ብቻ ነው የሚፈቀደው።
ኦኬ እሺ አመሰግናለሁ።
ሌሎች ጥያቄ ካላችሁ አሁንም ኮከብ 6 ተጭነው ጥያቄ ሊጠይቁ ይችላሉ። እሺ ጥያቄ ከደለ ፕሮግራማችን እዚህ ላይ እናቆም እንችላለን። ከኛ ጋር አብራችሁ ስለቆያችሁ በጣም እናመሰግናለን። ያው እንደማስታወሻ የኮቪድ ቁጥሮች በጣም እየጨመሩ ስለሆነ በዚህን ጊዜና ሰዓት ያው ከቤት ሆነን ከቤተሰባችን ጋር ሆነን ኳረንቲን እንድናደርግ እናስታውሳቸዋለን ከኮቪድ ከያዛቸው ወይም ከኤክስፖዝድ ከሆኑ ሰዎች ጋርም እንድንርቅ እናሳውቃቸዋለን በጣም እናመሰግናለን በሚቀጥለው ሳምንት በሰላም ያገናኘን ሜሴጅ ቴክስት ሜሴጁ ከፕሮግራሙ በኋላ ይተላለፋል መልካም ቀን ይሁንላችሁ
እሺ እናመሰግናለን